Okay. I think we're live, aren't we? Okay. Hello, YouTube coin community. It's me, Robert, with Cointak. Howdy, everybody. We are thinking about you out in California. We heard about the earthquake before we. Hold on a second, guys. Oh, I know it's that. Bingo. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take and I missed one of my mute buttons. So, okay. Again, hope everyone's safe out in the California area. Frank, I see you are. We got Blue Moon B here, so we know she's safe. And everyone else out there, I hope you guys are safe. We're gonna start off with Brad. He's going to give up the news, and then we're going to go to Dave, and then to B. And yeah, we're just going to have a good time today. So thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We appreciate each and every one of you. We hope you hit the thumbs up. Share this on your social media with everybody out there. We got a great topic today. It's going to be strictly nothing. Well, we're going to have several topics, but we're going to work on, Brad, that's come together and put together this awesome. This is the best presentation you will ever see on Classic Commems. So, but first, Brad's going to let you know where the coin shows are coming up. So take it away, Brad.
I think Robert's been smoking a little bit of the wacky tobacco today before he came on. Okay, coin shows, December 7th. What's December 7th? Remember, a day that will live in infamy. But it'll also be the San Francisco International Bourse in San Francisco, California, the Baltimore Stamp and Coin Show in Lutherville, Timonium, Maryland, and Coinocopia in Tampa, Florida. On the 7th and the 8th, the Salem Annual Coin Show in Salem, Oregon. B, are you going? On the 8th, lots of shows. Fort Lauderdale Monthly Coin Show, Plantation, Florida. The Greater Worcester Coin Show in Auburn, Massachusetts. Montgomery County Coin Show in Telford, Pennsylvania. The Orange Coin and Collectible Show in Orange, Connecticut. Steve Middleton Memorial Coin Show, Flemington, New Jersey. The South Brevard Coin Show, Melbourne, Florida. Also on the 8th, the 71st Street Coin and Currency Show in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Burlington Coin Show in Burlington Township, New Jersey. And the Van Nuys Coin Show in Van Nuys, California. On the 13th and the 14th, the Gallatin Coin and Currency Show in Gallatin, Tennessee. On the 14th only, the Cleveland Coin Expo, Broadview Heights, Ohio. The 14th and the 15th, West Suburban Coin and Collectible Show in Countryside, Illinois. The Annandale Coin Show in Annandale, Virginia. On the 15th only, South St. Paul Coin Show, South St. Paul, Minnesota. The Onondaga Numismatic Association Coin and Currency Show in Liverpool, New York. Why don't they just call it the Liverpool Coin Show and make it easy on me? The Buffalo Numismatic Association Coin Show in Cheektowaga, New York. Columbus Sunday Coin Show, Hilliard, Ohio. The Nashua, New Hampshire Coin and Stamp Show, and of course, Nashua, New Hampshire. The Ohio Coin and Collectible Show in Westlake, Ohio. And last but definitely not least, the Oregon Coin, Currency, Token, and Metal Show in Wilsonville, Oregon. B, are you going to be at that one? Also, other news. Nick wanted me to pass along. She will not be with us today. She has a family emergency. Her charity auction, scheduled for tonight on the Coin Tribe channel, has been postponed until next week, 12/12 at 7 p.m. They're raising money for Toys for Tots, the Marines charity for Christmas. So tune in and spend a lot of money at the charity auction. And I've heard from a very good source that the source of the Oregon earthquake was B, stamping her foot in frustration, having to deal with the rest of the guys on the podcast today. Back to you, Robert.
Good afternoon, everybody. David here. I'm going to give you some current precious metal prices. This is per Kitco. This is real time. Frankie, your gold rings today are down $19 to $2,630 per troy ounce. Your silver is down 2 cents to $31.23. Platinum is at $935, down $3. Palladium is at $951, down $15. And my rhodium is currently at 4,400 per ounce, no change. Robert, we'll kick it back to you.
Unmute.
Thank you, Dave and Brad. Sorry about that, guys. I forgot to unmute myself. We're gonna go to B. She's got a little segment she's gonna do before we start our presentation today. So we hope you enjoy it. It's a new try. Give us a thumbs up. Let B know if you like it or not. We appreciate it. So there we go, guys. Here's B.
Hi, everybody. I just thought I'd talk about some of the market trends and let me see, I got the wrong thing up here. Hang on a second. This is the wrong thing. Hang on one second. Let me get the other thing out. Here we go. On this one right here. No, not that one. Hang on a second. This one. So yeah, some market trends and news in coins. So what's pretty hot right now is the colonial currency is really big right now. So let me bring that up here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know about colonial currency. I sent Robert some pictures. He can put them up if he wants in his email of what they look like. But it looks like little tiny pieces of paper. But anyway, so colonial currency refers to the paper money issued by the American colonies before the establishment of the United States. These notes were printed by individual colonies, often to fund wars, infrastructure, and other colonial expenses. They were issued from 17th century through the 18th century, with varying degrees of acceptance and backing. Some of the most notable examples include Continental Congress issues during the Revolutionary War and state-specific notes from the colonial period. Today, colonial currency is a hot commodity in the collector's market due to its historical significance, rarity, and the growing interest in early American history. Many of these notes are considered valuable due to their limited denominations, signatures, or historical ties to key events. As the market for rare historical artifacts continues to thrive, collectors are increasingly drawn to colonial currency as a tangible connection to America's past. With rising interest in vintage and historical financial instruments, these notes are seen not only as collectible pieces, but also as a long-term investments. The combination of their historical importance and relative scarcity makes colonial currency a highly sought-after item among numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. So yeah, I was reading the gray sheet, and what's the hottest thing and one of the biggest trends is colonial fractional currency. So like it says right there, 1/6 of a dollar. So that's why they call it fractional, but it's very interesting. And I just thought I'd, tell you guys about it. Back to you, Robert. That's all I had to say about it. You're muted, Robert.
I know. I just had to take it. I was too busy talking with Chad and taking and undoing the pictures for you that you were supposed to bring up and blah, 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 blah. And no, Brad, I don't smoke. I don't even smoke cigars anymore. I'm just having a good time. Guys, it's the holiday season. Didn't nobody notice? I got Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays on my little thing, whatever you know.
Robert, Happy Hanukkah.
That's fine, Brad. I mean, what else would I expect from Brad? By the way, Brad, somebody was asking about that shirt behind you. They want to know if it was a signed.
I answered.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yes, it is signed. It is signed. It's personalized to Jeff and Zach. So, but it is signed.
I don't know who Jeff is. Well, I know it. Jeff, is it that Jeff I know?
I don't know.
Over
is it the Jeff I know?
That's what I don't know.
I don't know.
Zach? I know a Zach and a Jeff, and they're both in the coin business. It's just they're two different companies.
Oh, well.
It's a Vince Marino, though, right? Vince Marino. Football player or
Dan.
Dan Marino. Does he have a brother named Vince? I think he does. I think he does.
Vince Coleman
was you on the
baseball.
cheerleading group or something?
I don't know. Dan Marino, sorry.
No, Vince Marino was the guy you dated in high school.
Oh, boy.
No.
Be careful. There's no other young lady here like Nick to help you today.
I know. I hope she's doing okay.
So
she's doing okay. Somebody in the family isn't.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's too bad.
Yeah. So, Brad, I will let you whenever you're ready. Just let me know, and I will start this. It's going to be fun because, like I say, it's going to be new to me. So, give me a little bit at the beginning. We'll see how it works out. So,
okay. So, forewarned, I just downloaded a bunch of pictures from Heritage Auctions, sent them to Robert. We're going to call them up, and I am just going to talk a little bit about the coins based on my memory, which sometimes isn't too good. Well, I think we'll just have fun. If you have any questions, pop them in there along the way in the comment section, and we'll get them answered.
Brad, hold on. We're in trouble.
We're in trouble? Nothing's loading?
No, that's not it. Let me go look at something because I just looked at my first image. I know is not correct. So, shoot. It took, and I was hoping that it did not do what I was telling you. But apparently, Brad, what it done was it had taken and it eliminated like the first image after I went over so many windows open. I got like however many images you gave me, I got a gazaggle of them. But I noticed my first one in my share option, when I go to present, share screen, my first option is the 54S Washington Carver. And I know that's not right. Let's see here. Isabella Columbia Proof Light. The Columbia Proof Light was the first one, huh?
Yes, that's the first one.
Right. Okay. I'm going to try this. We'll see what happens, and we'll just go from there. I don't know how this is going to work out. If I go off, Brad, either you're going to have to take and wing it with me, or you're going to have to give me time to get it back together.
Oh, we'll wing it as we go. So let's see what's the first thing that we have to pull up here. Beep, 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 beep. Look at that. But that's not the side I wanted. Flip it to the reverse because that's just one ugly dude. Okay, but that's pretty. This is our first commemorative, the World Columbian Exposition, 1892. And a lot of our commemoratives are beautiful works of art. And then there are things like the Columbian Exposition that has just an old dead guy on one side, but it has a really cool ship on the other. So this is the side of the coin I really like. And there are many different ways to collect commemoratives. You know, you have the 144 piece complete set. You have a 50 coin type set. Some people collect Civil War related. Some people collect ships. Some people collect animals. So we'll see a bunch of different ways that you can build your commemorative collection. Now, as a trivia question, can anybody tell me which coin held the record for a very, very, very long time as the most expensive United States coin ever to sell at auction? Right, Frank, we're not counting the Hawaii 1883. Those were not commemoratives. Those were local issues. All right, but anybody can tell me the most expensive U.S. coin sold at auction. The record was held from, hint,
1804 silver dollar?
Huh?
1804 silver dollar?
New.
It's the
And more
Isabella
valuable,
quarter.
more valuable at the time than an 1804 silver dollar.
Okay, we're
Faster
not
than
talking we're not talking modern to 1933 double eagle, are we?
Nope.
Okay, then those are my guess. That would have been mine.
All right. Well, I'll give you a hint. The record was set in 1892.
Which is the same as the Columbia F.
Very good, B.
Same as
The first World's Columbian Exposition 1892 half dollar was sold in auction. It sold for $10,000 to the Remington typewriter company.
That's right.
As a promotional piece. Frank was close with an Isabella quarter. So let's go to the Isabella quarter. My next image there, Robert.
It's a publicity stunt.
Publicity stunt. Isabella quarter. Well, there she is.
There she is.
What trivia question can you win by answering what is an Isabella quarter?
I know.
What B?
I know.
What?
Isabella quarter was sold during the Columbia Exposition.
No, that's not the trivia question. But yes, it was. It was sold by the board of lady managers to raise money. But the trivia question you will win on is, who was the first foreign person to appear on a United States coin? Also, the first real female. Frank got that right also. The first foreign and female.
Queen
Isabella. No, Isabella quarters are really kind of cool, but the design is nothing outstanding here. But so we have that was issued in 1893. The next commemorative coin wasn't issued until 1900, and it was, that's right, the Lafayette dollar. And here we have the ugly side of the Lafayette dollar with Washington and Lafayette. They were good friends. They stayed at each other's house. This is the acceptable side. And so here you can collect the Lafayette dollar. It can be part of your animal collection also. Interesting, you can't quite see it in this photo, but Lafayette dollars have an incredible amount of die polish lines, especially visible on the equestrian side of the coin here. They, if you look really, really closely, you can, there's a few right there, right behind old Washington's head. See all those lines in there? Those are not cleaning lines. Those are raised lines. So those were die polishing lines in the die. All right.
Damn, I'm good.
Yes, you are, Robert. Thank you very much. Now, notice that the Lafayette dollar was issued in the year 1900. So we've had issues in 1892, 93, 1900. The next year that we issued a commemorative coin was 1915 for the Panama Pacific Exposition. Isn't this a great looking coin? Fantastic. Look at the little cherub over there with the cornucopia, the rising sun, or I guess it's the setting sun because it's on the West Coast, right, B?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So, gorgeous coin. One of my more favorite commemorative half dollars. Go ahead. You can show the, do we have the other side? Yes. Here we have a nice eagle standing on a shield. This is a barber design, so it's kind of plain compared to many of the other things that we have. Thanks, Nick. Nick just sent me a message that was really great. I wonder if she's listening. If you're listening, pop in on the comment section, dear. So this is the Pan Pacific. Sometimes come really beautifully toned. If you want something really rare, you get one of the original Pan Pacific sets that are in copper frames, and they were made $50, dollars, gold coins, 2.5s, and 50s. Oh, Nick can hear us, but she can't post. Okay, thank you very much. That's the way I like to have Nick, silent. All right. So that was issued in 1915. The next commemorative $50 that we're going to talk about is good old Lincoln. And the Lincoln portrait is not that great, but notice we have 1918 now. So notice that there's a few years in between. Look at that great eagle on the reverse of the Lincoln $50. So you can collect the Lincoln $50 that would be part of the Civil War series. It also would fit in with your eagle series with this fantastic eagle standing on the shield. I really like the reverse of the Lincoln commemorative myself. Next commemorative $50 is the Maine, issued in 1920. I'm not a big fan of the Maine, but you know what?
Like to do that.
Well, hold on. Go back. I was going to ask if everybody can pick out the moose. Where's the moose? Yep, there's a moose hidden right there. So all they have in Maine are fishermen, pine trees, and moose. That's all we could get. The other side of the Maine $50 is one of my least favorite of any $50. Who cares? Nothing artistic here. Let's move on because it's icky. In 1920 and 1921, they issued the Pilgrim $50. And again, not a very inspired design, in my opinion, but the reverse has a pretty good ship. So if you've got a good ship, you can collect that as part of your nautical set of commemorative $50. The 1920.
Can I ask, because it says their Pilgrim Tricentennial, is that one of the, like the Mayflower or one of them?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to check to make certain I was not certain, so thank you.
Yes. So they issued this in 20 and 21. The 21 is much scarcer than the 20. So if you just want a nice ship for your collection, buy the 1920. The next up is the Alabama. And again, we have a really ugly two guys on the obverse of the Alabama. Look in the field, though, on the right there, Robert, you're going too fast. See the 2x2? That was the second issue of the Alabama because they had to do something different to sell more coins to make more money. But on the reverse,
they didn't have no 4-wheel drive back then. Okay,
that's right. No 4-wheel drive. They were all 2x. Let's see the reverse now. Another great eagle.
Beautiful eagle.
It is a gorgeous eagle. In hand, that is just a fantastic piece of artwork there. But I just don't understand. Here we rest on the banner. That might be the Alabama state slogan. I don't know. I just noticed that today. And so those are your Alabamas. They come plain and 2x2. And next up is Missouri. Oh, we have Mr. Boone on the obverse of the Missouri. Rather uninspired. But if we go to the reverse, look at this. We have our first Native American appearing on a commemorative $50. And Boone is saying, see that reservation over there? That's where you belong. Get your butt over there on the reservation and out of my way because I'm taking over all this great land here. We don't care that you indigenous people were here. We're taking over. Now, the Missouri also. What are we doing here?
I just wanted to see what that was right there.
That's the designer's initials.
I see that now.
Okay. The Missouri also comes with a 2-star 4 obverse, which I'm not showing. And again, just something so they can sell more coins. Next up is 1922. We have the Ulysses S. Grant. And of course, Mr. Grant wasn't the prettiest guy in the world, but we had to put his big head on one side. But the other side of the coin is more artistic. Here we have a rendition of Grant's home here in Southern Ohio. So this is another piece that can go with your Civil War themed set of $50. Grants come plain and with a star in the field. The stars again are much different. Okay, Doug, I know that wasn't Boone himself. That I was kind of just using Boone as a white European. I'm sorry. Yeah, Boone was okay with the Native Americans. They were much more friendly to each other than most. But thanks for pointing that out, Doug. And we'll go on to the Monroe is our next $50. And again, Monroe $50 is pretty darn ugly on this side of the coin. Monroe and Adams. Why do we have John Quincy Adams with Monroe on the $50? Anybody know?
Question. I don't know why, but he wasn't
The
president.
Monroe Doctrine?
Yeah.
Very good. Who wrote the Monroe Doctrine?
John Quincy Adams.
John Quincy Adams did. That's right. Monroe just issued it. John Quincy Adams was the author.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look at the other side of this coin. This is an Art Deco design. This is when you really look at it, this is a really gorgeous design. North America and South America, the women in the shapes of the continents, and this was
that took some brain, and that's when we had art.
Yeah, this is a great.
Like
but the relief on this coin is very low, so the figures don't stand out real well. But when you get a coin that toned nicely around the ocean areas, it really enhances the look of the two women figures.
Yeah, well, United States Mint, this would be a beautiful coin to do a remake of, only, as you just said, Brad, make it in a high relief. That would be
or if you just make it in a proof with the frosted images in the fields are brilliant, they'll stand out really well.
I think it would still be nicer if it was like an ultra high relief. Just an opinion. That's okay.
Just an opinion. Well, let's go on to the Huguenot. Again,
there's another ugly ones.
another bunch of ugly guys on the front of the coin. But if you look at the reverse, we get another really cool ship here. So if you're collecting your ship coins, this is one you have to have. So the Huguenot Walloon does have at least one side that is artistically acceptable. How's that? And the next coin we come up with is going to be the 1925 California. And of course, the California, we have the 49er here panning for gold. And on the reverse, this is a coin that both sides is cool. Here's the California bear.
There, yeah.
So we much prefer the bull, but on this coin, we get the bear.
That's nice. I like that design.
Both sides. And California's had a tendency to tone really nicely. So you can find some really nicely toned Californias for your collection. That's really nice. But the next one is kind of a disappointment. It's the Vancouver. I'm sorry.
Man.
Are we just tired of seeing old dead guys on coins? No, we're not. Because we got a lot of them coming up too. But we do have a pioneer with a fort. So we do have something here that is artistic. And B, what mountain is that in the background?
That's a good question. I don't know.
What's
It's
the
in
biggest
California.
mountain- What's the
Where-
biggest
it's-
mountain in your area?
In my
It's right
area,
at your back door. Yeah, right at your back door. dude.
Mount Hood. Mount Hood.
I don't know. I was asking you. I don't
Mount
know
Hood.
which one it is.
I'm pretty sure it's Mount Hood.
That's what I think it is, Mount
Yeah.
Hood. By the
Mount
looks
Hood.
of it. I've
I
been
mean,
out
I'm
there.
not an expert. I'm not originally from here. You were
Oh,
asking me
I'm
about-
sorry.
You're
There, Paul Hampton knew the answer. It is
Did
Mount
Paul say-
Hood.
I got it right. See,
There you go.
Not bad for a transplant.
There you go. Let's move on. We're going to see the Lexington Concord. Why did I not?
Then.
Is that the somehow? Okay. I had the wrong thing written down. Sorry. Lexington Concord. So, we have the Minuteman on the obverse and the old Belfry on the reverse. Not much for the old Belfry, but I'll tell you what, that is a very cool Minuteman. Let's go back and look at the pretty side of the coin, Robert. Jeez. There we go. There's our Minuteman. All right.
Okay,
Who do
let me
we?
ask you a question? What's this thing right here?
I don't know what that is.
Anybody knows? Chime in. Whoops.
You know what? I don't know. What
Is that a plow
is.
share or no?
Looks like maybe his jacket or something over a plow.
Plow.
Oh, that is a plow there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's maybe somebody bent over the plow. I don't know.
It's
That's
a
the
hand
headless
plow.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's a-
headless horseman plowing his field.
It's a hand plow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's the
hand plow.
headless horseman that's working it there. All right. Here we have the Stone Mountain, one of our more popular pieces. It's we got horses, so you can collect this with your animals. Where these are Civil War themes, you can collect it with your Civil War set. And
Two generals, right? Is
Yes.
it two generals on the front?
yeah, Lee and somebody else. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Jackson.
No, Jackson wasn't in the Civil War. But we do have a
Yeah, he was. Stonewall Jackson.
Stonewall Jackson. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about Andrew Jackson. I'm like, what? You're on drugs or something?
No, and I changed my background for that.
That might be. Okay. And we
Jesus.
got another really cool eagle on this one. And again, this is another coin that that tones very well. So you can get some magnificently toned coins of a Stone Mountain. Next, Robert. My very favorite commemorative coin, bar none, the Oregon Trail. So the Oregon Trail, we have a Native American here also. And if you look just behind his right elbow there, we have the wagon train that's pulling into B's backyard. Over the top of a map of the United States. And the Indian is holding his hand out, telling the settlers, hey guys, stop. We don't want any more. You guys stay over there on the other side of that Mississippi River. We don't want you out here.
But no, they still
but-
came.
On the reverse,
Tiny loincloth.
yeah,
Tiny
we
cloth.
know what B's looking at.
Oh, yeah.
But the whites just say, nah, we're going to keep coming. We got the Conestoga wagon. We've got the oxen on the front of it, and we're coming to California. And, we're going to set up, and we're going to be in Beverly Hills, and we're going to have a cement pond in the back, and we're going to be living off of that that black gold and Texas tea. But no, Settlers just said we're still coming. But this is they're amazing. You can get Oregon Trail $half that are toned in amazing colors. You can get proof-like ones. But you know what the Oregon started? It started the real multi-year issuances. So there's 26, there's 28, there's 34, there's 36, there's 38, there's 39, and there are different mint marks for some of the years. And that was the beginning of the end of the right commemorative program. But it was, in my opinion, one of the best coins ever designed in the United States, obverse and reverse, complementing each other very well. Next, Robert, we have the sesquicentennial. And again, uninspired, low relief, couple of dead guys, and the reverse isn't much better. We just have a big Liberty Bell. Whoop-de-doo. Sorry, not a fan. Let's move on before I get too sick. The Vermont is next. And again, yeah, Ira Allen, that's nice. Yeah, you mean something to Vermonters, but not to anybody else. But the reverse of this coin is ultra cool because we have a catamount. And we might call it a puma or a mountain lion, but
it's a mountain lion, yeah.
Isn't that a great image? Fantastic. Love this coin. Every time I see one, I just want to, buy it again because that is one of the great images of an animal on a U.S. coin.
Don't run.
Don't run because
from a mountain lion. Don't run from mountain lions. Don't run.
No, but we'll run from you, B.
Gonna come after you.
All right. So after we're in Vermont, we need a break. We need to go someplace sunny. Robert, where are we going to go? Hawaii. All right. Well, we got Captain James Cook on this side. Not that big a deal, but King Kamehameha on the reverse of the coin. Welcoming. That's right. Come on, Captain Cook. We welcome you. Bring your smallpox and your measles and all your other diseases and stay here on our island. And, we'll eventually develop an immunity to that, but not at first. So, but there we have. So in my opinion, this is the much nicer side of the Hawaiian coin. The Hawaiian is one of the scarcer of the commemorative series. And as such is usually one of the last coins that people buy for their set. After Hawaii, where are we heading? Well, I didn't have that down. I must have missed that. Maryland, another uninspired portrait here of Cecil Calvert, but the reverse of this coin is much nicer. We can look at it. And even though it's kind of just the Maryland state seal symbol, it does look pretty nice in coin form. Moving on. Who do we have next? Texas. All right. I don't know why we missed something based on my list. We're out of order, but that's okay. Texas. We have the great star of Texas. We have a fantastic eagle, but this isn't the best side of the coin, in my opinion. Even though it's very busy, this is pretty cool. We got the Alamo, we've got the angel. This is pretty cool. Now, Texas coins again. You can find some really beautifully toned Texas coins. You can find some that are lightly proof-like. This is really a pretty nice design, but the Texas series went on forever. Another one of those that you get multiple years with multiple mint marks. Next, Arkansas. We do have a fairly nice Native American hiding there behind Liberty, but I'm not real big on the design, and the reverse of the coin, in my opinion, is worse. We do get a pretty good eagle, but we also get some Confederate symbolism in the flag behind the eagle. Not one of my favorites. It's okay. The obverse has a lot of empty space that can get buggered up by bag marks and slide marks pretty easily. But again, if you're collecting eagles, it's a decent eagle. Moving on from Arkansas, what do we have? Wow. We have one of the greater eagles in the series. This is the Connecticut. We don't really want to show you the other side of the coin because it's just a big, ugly guy. But look at that eagle. And that eagle's no, don't show that. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Connecticut. Wrong guy. Yeah, we got the Charter Oak. I'm sorry. I was thinking we were on a different coin. Charter Oak. So this is one of the better trees that you'll find on our commemorative coins. So the Connecticut is artistically a coin that I enjoy a lot. Who do we have next, Robert? We have the Hudson. What do we have here? We have Neptune riding a whale. Now, I don't care whether you like nautical themes or not, but Neptune riding a whale is pretty cool in my book. The only problem is again, this is an Art Deco design. It's a very soft design. It's very low relief, so you don't get the imagery, looking at you very, very well. You have to kind of seek it out. But look at the little nymph in the back playing the horn. That's a little guy right back there. There you go. All right, let's look at the other side here, and we have another nice ship. So if you're collecting ships, the Hudson, it'll be high on your list of neat ships to obtain. The only problem is those center sails there, they pick up marks. So if they're mishandled, that's where it'll show up first. Where are we going to go next, Robert? We're going to go on the old Spanish Trail. Now, I don't know about you, but I liked watching the 1950s cowboy movies. And, there were one of these dead steer heads in every one of them. So I kind of like that. On the reverse of the coin, we have the Spanish Trail itself. And I can't remember what kind of tree that is. I'm sorry, but not my favorite side of the coin, but better than having another old dead guy for sure. And now we're going to move on and see the San Diego. Excuse me. Again, we have the California Bear to the right of Liberty there. A shield with Eureka.
We got another ship.
Design. Do what? Another ship. We got a little ship in the background. So if you do that for your ship set, animal set, ship set, California set, and on the other side of the coin is an image from the Pan Pacific, the California Pacific Exposition in 1935. And if you go out there, it's still there, the big building. All right. Great toning available on those also. If the next coin is what I think it is, we're going to get another neat native coin animal. There we go.
We get a beaver.
We get a beaver.
Huh.
That beaver is really cool in real life. It shows up much better than it does here in this photograph. And on the reverse, Robert.
Oh, hold on.
Sleeping.
There.
We have a bunch, instead of just the heads of old dead people, we have the whole body. Yeah, But we do have a nice eagle at the top. So again, if you're collecting eagles, grab one of these too. After
Men
the
in-
Albany,
Men in
we're going to
wigs.
go, and I
Men
think the
wearing wigs.
Bridgeport, Connecticut's next. There we go. P.T. Barnum. We all know about P.T., don't we? A sucker's born every minute. Well, if you were only buying this side of the coin, you'd be a real sucker. But the Art Deco eagle on the other side of the coin is killer. I love this eagle. It's just, it looks like an eagle mixed with an SST jet. It is just fantastic. Love,
Frank
love,
Mons,
love the eagles here.
and say Frank Mons, that looks like a car emblem for the hood.
Yeah. Wouldn't you? That'd be a great hood ornament. Fantastic.
Like on a Hudson.
Yep.
B, you're the only one old enough to remember the Hudsons.
I just like cars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm into cars.
Somebody
What
who
about
doesn't
a
like that
Studebaker
eagle.
there?
I love that eagle. Okay. The next is my hometown coin and one of my least favorite designs. Stephen Foster.
Why?
Stephen Foster passed through Cincinnati once, I think. And the other side of the coin is pretty much uninspired also. It is, who cares? Thomas Mellish was a Cincinnati businessman and a member of the Cincinnati Numismatic Association. And he and his buddies got the Cincinnati commemorative $50 pushed through Congress for one reason only: to line their own pockets. There was no reason for the commemorative. There was no charitable reason for it. It just lined their pockets. I don't like it. I don't like the reason it was issued, and I don't like the design. I'm sorry.
Amazing. You mean somebody of power was out to just line their pockets?
Yeah, who knows? The only neat thing about Cincinnati's that I'll tell you is there was a very limited number that came in a black card, a PD&S, and on the back of the card, it was certified and numbered. And I think the first 100 sets were numbered. And I've been in business in Cincinnati for 50 years. I've never owned one. So Doug Hensley said he always wanted to eat at Skyline Chili. Yes, sir. Have Skyline Chili at least once a week. So
Five-way is pretty good, Doug. I've had everywhere from a 3-way up to a 5-way. So.
B, you ever had a 3-way?
I am not saying a word.
Don't worry,
B. That's chili, cheese, and spaghetti, B.
Okay, well, I'm not saying nothing because I've never been there.
All right.
Yes,
You've been to Cincinnati. You just haven't eaten at Skyline. Next time you're in town, we're going to go to the chili parlor.
Okay.
That's right, Brad. We got to take her to the Skyline. Hey, we'll get her a 5-way. That'll really excite her.
That's chili, cheese, beans, and onions.
Do they have fries? Chili cheese fries?
They do have chili cheese fries. They also have a potato.
Loaded potato.
The spaghetti, you get a
like
potato
those
now.
too. Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next coin, which again is a coin I hate. It's a Cleveland $50. And guess what? Thomas Mellish and his buddies weren't satisfied with the Cincinnati issue. They said, we need to make more money. Let's make another coin. And they made the Cleveland $50. And this was a bigger bust than the Cincinnati was. Even into the 1950s, Tom Mellish still had bags of these sitting around the office. So it's not unusual to see.
Kind of ugly. Yeah, it's kind of ugly.
Yeah, the Great Lakes and the compass, and the compass point is in Cleveland. It's crap. Sorry. Don't like it. Let's move on. Columbia, South Carolina. And again, I'm not impressed with the designs.
but it's okay.
We have
That's
Columbia
one ugly
herself,
woman.
the scales of justice, and we have the palmetto tree, which is the, I guess, state tree of South Carolina, and I really don't care. So let's
Palm
Yeah,
move on.
really
tree.
bad
That's a
design of
palm
it, if
tree.
you ask me.
They have little bugs on them.
Yeah, if you're collecting trees on coins, that's the reason to buy this coin. That's about it. All right. Next, Delaware. So we get a church, but the other side of the coin actually has, I think, we've got another nice ship here coming up.
You know, it almost looked like they had balloons there.
Well, that's the sun shining through the clouds, but we do again have a nice sailing ship. Again, you can see, Robert, if you go to the middle bottom sail right in the middle, see that little blow it up right in there. See all the little scratchy areas there, right there. That was there from the moment the coin was struck. Can somebody tell me what that is?
Adjustment lines for.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know what it is either. I have no idea.
It's planchet abrasion. That's what the planchet looked like before it was struck. That part of the planchet never touched the die. It didn't get forced into the cavity of the die deep enough to make the smooth part of the sail. So that's what your planchet looked like before the coin was struck. All right. We're going to go to another semi-uninspired coin next, the Elgin. And let's just not even look at this side of the coin. I'm sorry, And this is the Pioneer statues in Elgin, Illinois. Again, we have some decent artwork here, but that is an actual bronze statue that you can view there in Elgin. Now coming up is one of my all-time favorites, the Gettysburg. For the Civil War set, it's going to work out really well. Look at those two old-timers there, the generals. Gettysburgs come wonderfully toned. They come magnificently brilliant. And on the reverse, we have the Union and the Confederate shields on each side of the fascius there. This is a great coin. When you hold one of these in your hands, you just are like, this is really gorgeous. So they sell very quickly at the shop when we have them. I'm very happy with both sides of this design. But we're going to follow that up with yet another.
Why do I have two of these? Is that by design?
Oh, no, that wasn't by design. It was I set one for the obverse and one for the reverse. I didn't know you were going to be able to flip through. So move on to the next coin. Yeah. Another Long Island with ugly guys. But we're going to get a nice ship on the reverse of the coin.
Hey, nice mohawk, though.
Nice mohawk. Nice ship.
All right.
Yeah, look at that ship.
Too modern in this. Too modern for me. Not enough detail.
No, it's fine in hand. And these come wonderfully toned also. But now we're going to go and see the Lynchburg. Yeah, Carter glass, who cares? Got a great big nose, big ears. And the reverse of the coin isn't fantastic, in my opinion. It's one of the more forgettable commemoratives. So, not a fan, but it's part of the set. But next we can look at a Norfolk. Norfolk is a very, very, very busy coin. Even when there's a big bag mark on it, you can hardly find it because there's so much design. We do have, a little ship in the middle here. There are more Norfolks graded 68, I think, than any other commemoratives. And then this side's not the greatest, but it has the scepter. There's a story about that. We won't go into it, but there's your Norfolk. Rhode Island is next. That's another one of our low relief Art Deco designs. Some of them are toned very nicely, but it's just not very impactful when you see it. The Native American there standing with the maize in the background, and the pilgrim saying, "Hey, how are you doing? Give us a few years and we'll push you so far into the interior that you won't know what a forest looks like again for the rest of your life." So, pilgrims came ashore and took over after a while. Nice nautical theme, though, here with the anchor. So it has some redeeming qualities, unlike the next coin, which I cannot find a redeeming quality on this coin at all. This is the Robinson, Arkansas. So they put Joseph Robinson on one side, and they went and resurrected the die for the reverse from the Arkansas $50 and said, well, we're too lazy to make a new reverse die, so you got to use the one from the previous issue. Again, one of my least favorite commemoratives. But the Bay Bridge is coming up. What a bear. Look at that California bear there. Magnificent, majestic animal and gorgeous. And we have one of the great bridges scenes that you'll see anywhere, the Golden Gate Bridge. This is a really pretty coin. The reverse is busy, but it's very, very impactful. If you're collecting ships on coins, you'll need this for ships, bridges, and animals. Neat coin. The Wisconsin is next. We have another iconic American animal on the other side of the coin. We have the Wisconsin badger, of course. So it's a little different. I think it's the only coin to ever picture a badger in the U.S. I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but fairly nice coin. We'll let that one go. York will be next, which not much here. The reverse, you get a pretty nice fort on the reverse. Duke, come on. There we go. And if you really get picky, you'll need this for your animal set because you can see the guy riding the horse there in front of the fort. So, and these can come pretty neatly toned too. Coming up is another one of my favorite coins, one that you'll need for your Civil War set. This is the Antietam $50. And the relief here is pretty nice. And when these things start toning, the heads just jump out. So this is one of the few times I'm going to tell you that conjoined heads really did make a nice coin. Very few. On the reverse, though, you see the famous bridge there at Antietam. Been there, seen that. It's pretty cool. One of my favorites. And they tone wonderfully also. You might have a duplicate of that, Robert. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Go. Yeah. Let's go now to the Roanoke, which will be after the Roanoke. Sir Walter Raleigh. I don't know why they don't have him with a plug of tobacco in his jaw or a cigar in his mouth, but Sir Walter Raleigh.
He's got an earring.
He's got an earring. There you go, B. B pays attention to the guys with earrings. And we have here Virginia Dare, the first white baby born in the colonies. So there's a little story to go along with the Roanoke. Now we'll go to New Rochelle. We're getting towards the end here, so bear with me just a few more minutes, everyone. The New Rochelle, we have a calf here. That we have the, how do we put this nicely?
Wig wearer.
Huh?
Wig wearer.
Wig wearer, yes.
Yeah,
but-
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But that it is a pretty nice design, and if it comes really well on the coin, and on the reverse, Robert, we have a flower.
Lotus. Is that a lotus?
I don't know. Is it? I don't remember.
It could
Sorry,
be a
B,
lotus or
But
a
these
tulip.
tone up pretty nicely too,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah,
works
tulip.
fairly well. But then we have to put up with the Iowa. The Iowa. We have an eagle. Yeah, it's not the greatest eagle, but you know, you're collecting eagles, you got to put it in your set. And we have, I guess, the state house or the courthouse or the who cares house somewhere in Iowa. So, yeah, not a favorite. But we're getting to the end of the series. We missed a couple. I guess I missed getting an image of the Boone $50. I had it on my list, but we didn't get an image of it. It's okay. You didn't miss much. And coming up are two of my least favorite because we have Booker T. Washington. It's again just a big head in the middle of a coin. They made the coins forever. State House, from the log cabin to the State House, is kind of a nice imagery on the reverse, but in hand they're not very impressive unless you get a monster toner. And then we have even worse, the George Washington Carver $50. Yep. Cojoined busts again with George Washington Carver and Booker T. Washington in the background. And the reverse here to end the $50 on a whimper is the USA. So that takes you through the United States series of commemorative coins, the classic commemoratives. Hopefully you saw something you liked, and maybe it'll lead you to collecting some $50.
Okay,
Thank you
Brad,
very much.
Brad, hold on a second. I don't know. Did I show this
Sure.
one? Did I miss?
No, we missed. There's Dan O'Boone.
There.
There's
somehow
the one you were
I missed
looking
it.
for. Yeah.
Yep.
There it
And then
I
on the
apologize, but there you go.
is.
That's okay. On the reverse of the Dan O'Boone is a nicer image. It's Daniel and one of the Native Americans that he met here in Kentucky. So there was the Boone $50. This side of the Boone $50 is not so bad. So if you're collecting Native Americans on commemoratives, you'll need one of these for that set. So thanks for finding that, Robert.
Yep. I don't know if there's any other I missed. I don't know how I missed it.
That was the
I
only
left
one,
over.
according to my list, that was the only thing you missed there, bud. Pretty good.
Okay. Well,
Thank
not
you,
bad
Brad.
considering
Thank
gazillion
you.
pages, but yeah, thank you, Brad, for that very nice
Nice,
presentation.
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
You did a
there's
good
45
job.
minutes of everybody's life they're never going to get back.
You're welcome,
Oh,
Doug.
come on. You can watch my video. I have a video on my channel about the very first commemorative coin, United States commemorative coin. And then I show a bunch of them in there. I don't describe them all like Brad did, but I show them in the video.
Real quick before we go any further, everybody, to everyone out there in the chat, pay attention, please. We're gonna take in next week. Our topic's gonna be on what do you get a collector for Christmas time for the holiday season? What gift do you get him? Well, we're going to take, and all of us are going to give you ideas of what we maybe would like to have as a gift, or what you can give to other people. So there you go. Get your pen and paper ready. Tell your family to watch it next week so that they'll know what to buy you. And how's that sound?
Hey, thanks, Paul. I'm glad you're interested in the rest of us. Flordalina asks, what's the most valuable classic commemorative $50? That answer will change depending on what grade level you're looking at. But in general, the Hawaii is the most expensive.
Okay.
Hi-Ho Silver got hair clippers for Christmas.
Hot dog.
Wonder why. Are they asking you to manscape or what?
Hair clippers. Yeah, could be, I guess, anywhere. Maybe yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not gonna go there, I guess.
Leave it alone. Just I
Yeah, I
wouldn't
agree.
say anything at all. I have a little something prepared for next week too.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay.
I just saw your note about, you were missing Nick. I'm sorry. I was reading my information rather than reading what was going on in the chat.
I hope she's okay and everything's okay.
We'll
She's
see.
going to take I mean, how okay can you be whenever there's somebody in your family?
No, you're never okay, but you know what I mean.
Well,
yeah. What else are you supposed to say?
It doesn't look like it was unexpected.
as soon as we
tough.
are done here, I know me and my son, we're going to go see my nephew, his cousin, because he has an issues. He's in the hospital. Chris, if you're out there listening, we love you, and we'll come see you a little bit later at the hospital. So,
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
I have a question for the panel.
Yeah.
Could you educate me on what a registry set is?
Oh yeah. Go for it, Brad.
Uh,
Go for it, Robert.
Before we do
It is
that,
a marketing tool by the grading companies to get people to buy more coins
Okay.
and to buy higher grade coins. So you join PCGS or NGC or CAC grading, you join their club, and then you compete against other collectors to put together the best set. So you get points for owning certain coins and points for owning them in a certain grade. And there you go. There are hundreds of sets you can compete in. Now,
you can join for free.
You can join for free. But for me, numismatics is not a competitive sport.
Right.
I look on it as self-fulfilling. I don't want a grading company. I don't want an album company. I don't want somebody else to dictate to me what my set is going to look like. Now, that being said, I use an Overton book and I try to get each one. So I'm letting a book dictate to me what my set looks like, but I'm not letting them dictate the grade. I'm not letting them dictate, it's a guide. And I've chosen to use the guide in its entirety. But to be in the registry set and to compete, there are certain coins you have to buy, and then the higher the grade, the more points you get. So the grading companies are just trying to get you to buy more of their product.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because for the most part, NGC has their own, PCGS has their own, and I just seen, in case you didn't notice, Brad, I think ANEX is coming out with their own now.
Yes. CAC grading is coming out with their own registry sets also, and they are going to allow NGC and PCGS coins in their registry to participate, where some of the other, I don't believe PCGS allows anything except PCGS straight graded coins in their registry. So
Okay, I didn't know that for a fact because I thought I've looked and I thought I'd seen NGC and others on their registry, but I could be mistaken. You might be right. I don't know. I just know
anyway,
that, yeah, either way, I tend to agree with you, Brad.
I don't participate.
I could take an yeah, me neither. And you know, I was just telling somebody, how hard do you think it would be for me to climb that ladder, Brad, on the Eisenhower dollar registry set with the coin I have, with just one coin?
Well, you got to see if they recognize that as part of their registry set. It might be too rare to be in the set.
No, but I
You got a point there, and I don't know. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know.
You'll have to go to PCGS. You'll have to go to their registry. You'll have to go to their registry sets, and you'll have to pull up Ike dollars and see. It'll be maybe in one of the registry sets, but it won't be in all of the Ike registry sets. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, even if that's the case, though, like I said, you know, that would take in that, and the rest of them common would put you up really high in a set.
Right, but I'm sorry. I know there are people out there that love Ike dollars. I'm not one of them.
Me neither.
Me neither.
You know, going out and paying thousands of dollars for an MS-67 Ike dollar just to be higher in the registry when sorry.
No, you ain't. Don't be sorry.
But that being said, if there's somebody out here that is listening to us that loves Ike dollars, that's great. That's what everybody gets to define their own. Okay, there you go. Everybody gets to define their own set. You might hate bust half dollars, and I'll go, okay, that's fine. I love them. That's what makes the world go round. So, but I'm not buying coins looking at just the label to get bonus points. Like I said, I don't participate in any of the registry sets.
Okay, guys, let me go single here for a second just to let you know about Joe Durbin. I don't know everything about it, and I don't know how much he would like to share with everybody. I do know this, that, hold on, I will share with you what Lady Di and message Flordelina, and I believe she said that it was okay to share it.
Yeah.
It says, well, we aren't having auction tonight because Joe went in to have surgery today to repair a torn tendon on his left arm. It didn't happen. They found an infection in there and they had to clean that out by added antibiotics in it, closed it up, and continued with the antibiotics to try again in 2 weeks or so. He is doing great. If anyone asks, just very disappointed it didn't get repaired. So for now, he's resting, and we hope to do auction Friday. Just thought you guys would be or should be aware. So there you go. That's what's going on with Joe, guys. Lady Di and Joe, I hope you don't get mad at me. I hope you understand. So hopefully tomorrow at 3:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, they will have a show and they can explain it to you guys a lot better. So sorry about the interruption, guys. I just wanted everyone to know about it. We had a lot of questions, and I know a lot of people here love Lady Di and Joe. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Robert, let's go back to 407. Sticks for Fire had a question.
Let me get there.
Yeah.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the book on national currency is by Don C. Kelly. I have just a minute.
He's not downtown, guys. Downtown, he's got every book you can imagine. There we go. Hold on.
That's nice. Yeah, look at that. That's very nice. There were so many different kinds.
There are a couple of other books, but if you're looking for a book that is a price guide, has information on censuses of how many notes were known at the time the book was published for each particular bank. It also has information about each of the series, information
Nice.
about the bank. This is chock full of information. So if you're looking to get into national currency, this is the first book you should buy.
Yeah.
There are others out there that tell more about collecting it, and I don't have those, but that's a must-have book. So I hope that helps, Sticks. And you can go to any Whitman's website and look at some of the other books that are available too. Back to you, Robert.
That looked like the best one. Brad.
It is.
Yeah. Very nice. Because there were so many banks that were issuing currency back then, you know, I mean, it's like, yeah, there's just so many of them.
The banks weren't issuing the currency. The federal government was issuing the currency with the bank's name on them. When banks issued currency, those were obsolete. Those were obsolete banknotes.
Yeah, that's true. They were all having problems.
Yeah. Does anybody else?
Okay, Brad, how would you like to tell everybody the difference from a bank, Federal Reserve banknote, and a national banknote?
Hello, wake up.
They look different.
They
Federal Reserve notes are backed just by, all of the notes were backed by the U.S. government.
They're backed by
national banknotes. The individual banks bought a charter from the government, put a deposit with securities with the central government, and then they made notes for them based on the value of the securities. So
and they really did it back then.
Federal Reserve notes came directly from Washington, backed by Washington, and just the fact that they were put out by the government, you were supposed to trust them. I did not do a presentation on 3-cent silvers at the ANA because I don't know diddly squat about 3-cent silvers, hardly. Sorry. That was not
wow. Me. There's one thing he doesn't know. Woo. Wow. Because you know pretty much all.
Well, I mean, I know basics about them, but I can't tell you which 3-cent silver do you have.
Maybe David does. Yeah, go that way. There you go. And then up. There you go. Right there.
That new tray that
try not to move.
1862 PCGS fine 12, it looks like.
Yeah. It's hard not to move, huh? I have a hard time doing it too. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, look at that. Because it's like
it's really tiny. It's small.
Yeah, it's really tiny.
Well, they called them fish scales for a reason.
Right.
I was watching stuff on halves, the Walking Lady $50 earlier today.
Oh, that must be a half diamond.
And the 20s and how hard the 20s are to get. And
I'm sorry, B, were you?
The $50 Walking Lady $50 and how hard 20s are to get. Yeah.
Why are they hard to get?
Well, not for you. But I mean, you used to be able to get them in rolls and all that kind of stuff. And now they're just impossible to find. And even good Kennedys are getting harder to find in half rolls. Good ones.
Yeah. Oh, you're roll hunting now and expecting to find Walking Liberty silvers and rolls?
I know. That was like 10 years ago, man. Yeah, you can't find them anymore. Everybody finds them, But I was just saying that, that was the basic topic, was the fact that the 1920s are the rarest, pretty much. And the early teens or whatever, not the early teens, but when they started what was it, 1916 or 17 or something like that? the half
Doug-
dollars.
Doug wrote in his favorite 3-cent silver is the 62/1.
I
My
had a
favorite-
nice one.
My favorite 3-cent silver is not the 62/1.
52/51.
No,
Probably a proof only issue.
no.
Okay. Well,
No,
we're about
no.
to find out. I have a feeling.
Guess again, Robert.
Pseudo
Nope,
slab.
I'm done guessing.
It has things that look like slabs in it that aren't slabs.
Let's see if I can grab my book.
That's right, Doug. You got it. The 51O, the only branch mint 3-cent silver. 51Os are cool.
Okay.
Oh, the new tray. This new tray. Sorry.
Are you getting one, Brad, or something?
I'm having Phil see if he can find what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
This and this. Yeah. For a minute. So
1861 silver, 3-cent. AU condition. Nice.
that would be a type 3.
Okay.
And then I have one more type 3.
Ooh, there's the 1862, but that's not a 62/1, but okay.
Well, here, hold on a second. Here's the 62. Here's the 61. The 62 is now over a 61.
Oh, boy. Okay. Yes, they are, Doug. I agree. Nice one.
Nice proof, old green holder.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
in
those
case
are cool.
any of you guys did not notice on that last coin you showed, it had PR. That stands for proof. Just saying. Yep. See, PR 62. I seen it, Brad. I seen that right from the get.
But if you don't like silver, if you prefer nickel, we have nickel one too.
Yeah. Nice. I remember when those stupid things were like stupid cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, B, it wasn't that long ago. I mean,
Yeah,
10,
I
15
know.
years
I
ago.
know. That's what's sad.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Or
sad.
if
But
somebody
it's good
wants
that people are enthusiastic again. That's good.
somebody needs a 23S Standing Liberty quarter, we got one of those too in stock.
Ooh, that's a pretty one.
It is pretty.
Very pretty. Yeah. Shiny. Shiny.
Pretty.
Yeah, I was hoping for an AU on this, and they called it an XF45, but
So there's the. Okay. So now I'm looking at the 3-cent deal in the book, and there's silver and nickel. Yeah.
Paul,
Silver and nickel.
the 3CS it means 3-cent silver.
Yeah. I don't know that
If
much
you look
about
at
it
the
either.
other one, if you look at the other one here carefully, it says 3CN for 3-cent nickel.
Yeah.
So they're just telling us the difference between silver and nickel on the holders.
Yep, I was watching somebody coin roll hunt earlier.
Oh,
It was-
Kevin. God, I hate you, Kevin.
What'd Kevin say?
At 424.
Spinning.
Now I want a Mallow cup. I haven't had a Mallow cup in years. Oh,
Spending good coins on it. You know, yeah.
I
none of
remember,
us
you
now.
used to get the Mallow cups in a sleeve of 4.
Yeah.
You had to
It's
eat them
lunchtime.
quick because if you were outside in the summertime, they'd melt.
It melts. Yep. This. Reading everybody's stuff in the chat. 3-cent silver. And then there's 2-cent coins too, you guys.
Yes,
They're
sir.
not as
Yes,
popular.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, about as copper as a 3-cent piece.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
I
not
don't
very
have a
popular.
2-cent piece close. Okay, B, trivia. What's
Oh,
the
gosh.
2-cent piece? What's the 2-cent piece famous for?
That's a good question. I don't know anything
That's
about
an
it.
easy one, B. Think about that for a second.
I don't.
Doug, they're not 2-cent coppers. They're actually bronze,
Bronze. Yeah.
but they're very famous for one reason.
I know.
Robert
I
knows.
have no. Robert knows
I ain't
everything.
gonna say it. I won't say it.
That's
Brad.
not fair. Robert knows all this stuff.
I'm waiting for somebody to put it up in the chat.
Come on, guys. It's easy.
No, you're not gonna.
I
You'll
have
be
no
10 cents worth
idea.
later.
Back in the day, if you was to, if I'm not sure if I can say anything.
It was. I'll give you a hint. Okay, it had something to do with the Civil War.
The shield.
Brian,
I mean, there's a
that's
shield
brilliant,
on it.
Brian, but not the right answer.
There's a shield on it. I don't know what you're looking
No,
for.
the Paul Acosta, the 3-cent piece was put out because of stamps, not the 2-cent piece.
Because of stamps.
The frilled neck lizard.
What
That
the hell
sounds
is that?
interesting, but I don't.
Don't say what? What did you just say?
He didn't. It was Hi Ho Silver who said
What did
it.
Ohio Silver say?
Right there it is.
Frilled
on
neck
the screen.
lizard? I don't know anything about these things, you guys. The 2-cent or the 3-cent. Can you tell? On my bag.
I watched the original Wizard of Oz the other night again.
Wow, you were bored, huh?
Oh no. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Like my sister. Oh,
Come on, people. The 2-cent piece is famous because it was the first United States coin to have the motto "In God We Trust"
we
on it.
trust. Oh, I was gonna say.
Oh, hi ho. Okay, Australia 2-cent pieces. There we go. You had us stumped on that one.
More small change minted. That's pretty funny. Yeah, more like
I'll get you, my little pretty.
my little pretty. No, flying monkeys. Flying monkeys.
Oh yeah.
Tell your kids that the flying
Oh,
monkeys are gonna come get them, and they won't get out of bed. Tell them, don't get out of bed. The flying monkeys will come get you.
No, that's what the elf on the shelf is for.
Flying monkeys were great, Brad. Trust me.
Hey, I like the little people. I'm barely
Munchkins.
just not one of them.
The Munchkins, right? The Munchkins, right?
Sure.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Pay no
Yeah, pretty
attention
good
to
there,
the man
Brad.
behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Fujio, mind your business. What does that actually mean on the Fujio? I need a haircut? I'm scheduled for a
Who's
haircut in 2
telling you
weeks.
you need a haircut?
This is
was
short. It's not turning up in the back. It's gosh, now I'm self-conscious. Okay.
So easy to make him self-conscious, you guys.
It is.
So easy. It's terrible.
So on the Fujio, mind your business. What does that mean? Not stand your ground. Nope.
Mind your own business? Is that what you're asking?
Go into the evil one. Yes. I always thought B was the evil one.
Not evil.
I'm going to drop a house on you if you're not careful, B.
Yeah, that's the other Wicked Witch. There was 2 of them.
Wicked Witch of the West.
That's right.
I understand castle law, but that's not.
What was that other one?
On the Fujio, Franklin's mind your business is mind your commerce business. Franklin was all about making money.
Well, he needed to because he had so many kids.
I thought he
Yeah.
only had the one.
23 illegitimate children. Yeah, I remember Franklin.
Yeah, but he didn't have to support them.
Yeah, he did.
Everything is neat and tidy with Brad. There's no such thing as a conspiracy.
No, that's not a conspiracy. That's a fact. Look it up.
No, it ain't in
Benjamin
the
Franklin
history
had
books.
23 illegitimate children. It's a
It's
fact.
not in the history books.
Look it up. Look it up. He didn't mind. He's a terrible guy. Okay, and I'm not so sure he discovered electricity.
Huh?
Nothing at all.
Uh-oh, we got David.
We all think B's hilarious looking.
Should I get this graded?
You got to get it closer, and I doubt we'll be able to tell you from the.
All I
Okay,
can see is
so-
the reflection.
Yeah,
Oh, this is-
Oh,
This
oh,
is
one
your
of the
new one, Dave,
silver.
right? This is your
Yeah.
new one that you just
The
got.
flowing hair?
It's beautiful. I don't know what Brad and Robert think. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Brad. What do you think?
Yeah.
I know what I say.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so my first question to David is, what's the rest of your collection like? Is the rest of your collection all slabbed or is it raw?
It's a hodgepodge.
It's a hodgepodge.
yeah,
Okay. So are you going to enjoy the coin more in the piece of plastic it's in now or the piece of plastic that you might put it in? What if it comes back a 68? Are you going to love it just as much?
No.
There you go. There's your answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll leave it where it is.
Yeah. There's no reason to get it graded.
There are reasons to get it graded. B. If you're doing the registry and playing the numbers game,
Yeah.
yes. If all of your other items are certified by the same company to make it part of the collection, then yes, that would be a reason. If you want to gamble, if it comes back an MS-70, David, are you going to sell it?
That's a good question.
Then that would be a reason to try to slab it. Okay. If you're going to keep it forever, how are you going to enjoy it the best? The way it is now, or the paperwork and the box and everything over here and the slab over here? So, you have to ask yourself. Personally, when I get something from the mint, I keep it in the original mint packaging. That's just my personal decision. I don't get much stuff from the mint because the packaging takes up too much room.
I
agree.
Got a Carson City. I think it was from you, Brad. It still had the original paperwork on it where they bought it from the GSA sale. And Sierra Hippie, I believe you're the one who purchased it. And Fortalini was getting ready to throw the paperwork away from the original purchase. That's what I said. I said, no. We got to keep that because that has to go with it. And I believe Sierra Hippie wanted it as well. I thought that was as cool, if not cooler, than the coin itself because I see the coin all the time. But to see that paperwork with the original purchase price is like, wow. Yeah. You just don't see it. Everyone threw them away.
Everybody threw them away. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really good answer, Brad. I think that you gave David.
Yeah. Thanks,
Very
Brad.
good answer about. Yeah.
Thank you, B.
You're welcome. Because I would have been very satisfied with that answer also, because you don't know, and it's what makes you happy. It's what makes you happy.
That's what I keep saying. You can't let somebody else dictate your collection to you. You can ask for help, you can get advice, but you cannot let somebody else control you.
Exactly.
The best way to identify PL, Paul, it's kind of like pornography. You know it when you see it. The trouble is we think we know it, and the grading companies don't always see it. So,
I don't always agree.
so
And I know this for a fact because I've seen Brad almost go to tears off of a couple coins he threw in there saying it's proof. But I agreed with him. I've got one here. It's a 19, by the way, Brad. I got this beautiful 64D Roosevelt dime that I
is
was
that
going
the
to
one you
send
stuck
in.
in the middle of the roll you bought from me last week?
What is
No, I've had this for like a year or so. But either way, I was
what
watching
happened,
you.
guys?
He's always he don't have a clue what he's talking about. But I was watching him sending a PL like into the coins. Thank you there, David.
Thanks,
And
David.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, do I want to send that dime in now? Well, then Brad got it back, and I'm like, okay, well. And even though,
Really?
Brad, I'll have to bring it in and show it to you because
The-
I think
the
mine
grading
might be better than
companies-
yours.
The grading companies are incredibly strict on giving PL designations to business strike coins.
Yes.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
I've sent in 5 or 6 coins that I thought, man, this is a PL, and they just send it back as it's just an everyday ordinary coin.
They
So,
know. They know.
Update
so
everybody.
basically, what I'll tell you, Paul, the best way to identify a PL 42S war nickel is to read the label on the slab and see if it says PL or not. I'm sorry. I know it's a bad answer, but
Yeah, that is one, Paul. It's just like grading. Sad to say that grading is just an opinion for the most part. In fact,
it's subjective.
Exactly.
Daniel Malone just did a video on this asking if all the grading companies are a scam or not.
Yeah.
It's really, really, yeah, exactly.
His channel's Coin Help You. Look up
Yes,
his channel,
Coin Help
his
You,
YouTube
right.
channel.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so-
watch Daniel all the time.
Hey, Brad, would you like to give everybody the update on that coin from a few weeks ago that was multiply struck and somebody was submitting it somewhere and there was a difference in opinion as to whether it was genuine or not?
No. Robert just wants me to talk about it because he thinks he was right.
Okay, let's hear it. Come on.
There you
I
go,
want to
Brad.
hear it now. Now
No,
you guys got to bring it
I
up.
I will acknowledge Robert's greatness in this matter when he explains to me how the indent got on the coin without disturbing the rim or the reverse.
And what did I tell you when you submitted it?
That you didn't think it was right.
I said I didn't think it was right. I said, however, I said I cannot explain it if it was to happen at the mint. I cannot explain it if it was not to happen at the mint.
To be continued.
And I
To
also
be continued.
said, well, and I also,
To be
no,
continued.
you're right. But I also told him, I said, but you know what, Brad? I said, I agree with a lot of what he was saying. I said, I can't explain it one way or the other. I said, so you could be right. I said, it just don't feel right to me, is what I said.
Bill 457 just put up a question.
Yeah, she was
Yes.
supposed to.
Bill,
but, yeah.
that was correct. We were supposed to be
Yeah.
doing that this week, but a couple of things happened. One, they had a family emergency, and 2, even if they didn't, Nick's husband had another business conflict, so he wasn't going to be able to do it. We will come back to that at some point in the future. Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah.
Now, Frank, it's another episode of we're not really sure who's right or who isn't yet.
Another episode of I'm Right. No, I'm Right. That's pretty funny, Frank.
You know what, guys? Here's the beauty of
Frank
it.
cracks me up.
Me and Brad go and in fact, we have another thing. We just spoke about your coin, Frank. He's the one who owns that Morgan dollar that me and you discussed, Brad, that has the striation lines on it that you're going to take back to speak with TAC. I know, mouthful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard, huh? Sometimes get it all.
Well,
B.
yeah. Where's Shadrach?
Cracking myself up. Okay, I gotta stop. Look at that. Looky.
But well,
Wow.
at this stage, me and Brad both agree that we do not think it has been cleaned.
Well,
Very interesting.
we're gonna put it under a strong light and look at it again. But
the one thing that somebody said that I tend to agree with when I showed it online is all those abraded lines do not go over the device, whereas it was clean, it would go on the devices.
right. No, I agree. I agree 100%.
Whiz.
We just have to look more carefully to make sure there isn't a little area that has some cleaning lines, some wipe lines, because
Yeah, sorry, look.
well, exactly. I'm one of these days, Robert, I'll get out some of the bus tabs I've gotten back that they've marked cleaned, and I'll challenge you to find the cleaning.
Hey, no,
So what do you think they're basing their cleaned thing on? What are they
Lines,
basing it on? Lines,
Lines.
whiz lines, like the
lines that
whiz.
move in the same direction on the coin. But
and I think it's
Oh,
because
yeah.
the abraded lines are of varying degrees, because you have different abrasion sticks, and a lot of people don't know this. There's several abrasion sticks they use primarily to remove die clashes. And if you want to get it off quick, you take a strong abrasion stick, start with that, and then to smooth it out to try and get rid of it, you may use a lighter abrasion and or take a polishing wheel to try and polish it up. And when you're done, again, you have abrasion lines that are of various details. I watched them at a mint in Denver where the guy, I guess he was engraver, or I don't know if he was the engraver or if he actually worked at the on the coin press itself, but he was working on a die, abrading it. And I was asking, it's like, what's he doing? And they said he's abrading the die because it was a die clash or something happened, but they thought it was a die clash. So there you go. Yes, sir.
Sierra Hippie 443. Yes. Absolutely. They have a couple of young graders there. I've had lunch with them. I've played golf with one of them. We've had conversations, and he was telling me about what he does. And what he does is Silver Eagles and other modern coins, but he's continually being tested with older coins so that he's learning how to grade classic pieces while he is working in the room grading modern pieces. So, yes, they are bringing along the next generation of graders. Absolutely. You have to be. And I think it's not just CAC, but it's all of the grading services have different level of graders that when you come in at first, you're only entrusted with low value, modern items, and you have to work your way up to being more of an expert on other things. They have grading sets that you can go and look at. I've not been able to convince them to let me look at the grading sets yet, but I'm still trying. Yes, each of the services are training new people. CAC is super duper strict, Doug. That's the scuttlebutt. That is what they're hanging their hat on. And I would agree that they are stricter than the other services.
Oh, they should be.
The real key to it is 5 years from now,
it'll be different.
are they going to have the same grading standard?
And
will there be a company
like them?
PCGS started out strict. Everybody complained that PCGS in '86 was too strict. What are you looking for?
I remember this totally, you guys. I
All right.
totally remember
And
this.
so the marketplace changed, PCGS changed. So there's a reason why old generation slabs bring more money. And it's not always because the slab is rare, it's because the grading standards were different at that time.
Different, yes.
I have a question.
They didn't
Brad.
use the word patina.
Okay, Frank.
There was no word.
Hold on.
There
right,
you
whatever.
go. There you go, David. That's great.
Let's go back to Frank at
Right.
443.
Okay, I hate to tell you though, David, is what you just showed. Sadly, there is as many books on grading as there is on opinions of grades, and a lot of them vary, and especially throughout time. And I am, and you should be too, David, just old enough to remember there
Yes.
used to never be a numerical grading system when we were very young and we were just starting. So now, Brad, go right on ahead. Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Right. That's
right,
right.
so
I
let's-
remember that, and I'm younger than they are. I mean, come on. I remember that. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Go.
I just wrote a response to a question very similar to this that was on JR News last Sunday. Everybody is when there's a new grading system, everybody always wants to complain about something to do with it. If you look at the philosophy behind CACG grading, is they want to deal not in market acceptable like the other grading services are. They want to deal in absolutes. And absolutes are, if the coin was cleaned 150 years ago very lightly and it's retoned over that, it's still a clean coin. The other grading services go, okay, it's market acceptable, so we're going to give it a straight grade. Now, that's marketing. That has been what the other grading services have been forced into by them trying to keep market share and keep submissions coming. At CAC, their goal is not to be the largest grading service. Their goal is not to grade the most coins. Their goal has been stated to me is that they want to standardize a grading system and a philosophy and stick to it over time so that they don't have grade inflation. PCGS used to list a bunch of photographs of coins on their website when you went to look, and they finally took that down because you could track how a coin was a 63, then a 64, and then a 64 plus. And you could identify it the same coin because of the toning patterns. It was proving grade inflation. So they took those photographs down and made it more difficult for you to find that out for yourself. So CAC is not about market cleaned and take the fee. CAC is about giving hard opinions based on their strict standards, which when you get a coin graded there, you can be assured that it's a great coin. They don't want sight unseen CAC bids to be 40% less than sight seen CAC bids, because like you do with like NGC. So there's a reason there's sight seen and sight unseen bids for NGC and PCGS coins, because there are a lot of mistakes in their holders. Now, part of that is they've had decades of experience to make those mistakes. But part of it is they've succumbed to market grading at different times during their history in order to fuel submissions, in order to keep the bottom line black. So CAC is hoping to adhere to the same grading standards 5 years from now that they have today. That's what we're all waiting to see. That's the big challenge. It would be like comparing marathoners by using two different kinds of clocks. We want a standardized clock. We want to know that, a 4-minute mile is a 4-minute mile, an hour, 70 or 60-minute, whatever, it's all the same. And so that's what CAC is attempting to do. And I believe that's what PCGS and NGC attempted to do at the onset for their grading services also. But they've just slipped over time, either because of changes in the grading room where the new graders weren't as good as the old graders, corporate change in order to fuel submissions to keep the bottom line black. It's probably a little bit of both. So I don't think CAC is, or any grading service, is a racket. They are a service, and you're choosing to purchase their service, which is their opinion of your coin. Some companies are going to agree with you more than others. So you have to decide, okay, am I buying a Ford, a Chevy, a Lexus, a Toyota? It's the same thing. You're choosing to buy that transportation. It's going to get you from point A to point B the same, except for maybe the comfort, the look, whatever. The grading service is going to get you from raw to certified, but it's going to be their opinion. So, in the long run, I'm having a lot of coins slabbed by CACG. A number of them are coming back cleaned. So what I'm going, yeah. And some I agree with. Some I knew when I sent them in, they were going to mark them clean. Some I don't agree with. The ones I don't agree with at some point are going to be removed and sent to another grading service. And maybe a third grading service. And in all of this expense, I'm going to have 3 different opinions on the same coin, maybe. Or 2 different opinions on the same coin. But we're going to see if a pattern develops that shows me market grading, market acceptable grading versus market standard grading. I'm sorry. I'll get off my soapbox now.
No,
that's
because
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
what
ahead.
you're saying, Brad, and I've said many a time to people, different coins I'm sending to different grading companies. And I've said, I don't know how many times, and I'm sorry, John, I love you at ANAX, but I'll be damned if I'm sending them a dollar coin, be it a Ike, a Morgan, a piece.
Yeah.
No, I'll send that to either, most likely to, well, I could do it to NGC, PCGS, or CAP. Those 3 are okay. But no. When it comes to variety, my number one pick is going to be ANAX in the smaller denominations. I don't mess with BAMs that are not recognized through all of the large systems.
People that don't are not necessarily collectors have heard of PCGS. That's the thing. That's the only one they've ever heard of. They've never even heard of the older ones, like NGC and stuff. And Brad, what do you think about the fact that how some of these grading companies keeps changing from these guys to these guys to these guys to these guys?
Okay. Honestly, I don't know who's in the grading room at PCGS and NGC. I don't know how long they've been there. I don't know what their experience is. CAC is new.
Yeah.
The same people have been there. They've hired some of the best graders in the business and told them they want to be strict. They've built grading sets that the graders can look at and compare to your coin in order to try to keep, and the other services have also. So I don't know how the other services go out on tangents as often as they do. Doug mentioned he doesn't like CACG grading. Let's go back a little bit. When I first started, there was a book called Brown and Dunn. Brown and Dunn was fairly strict. Photograde came out and everybody said, look how strict Brown and Dunn is and how lenient Photograde is. And then there was another, the ANA grading guide came out. And then, and every time a new grading guide came out, everybody said how it compared to the one before it. And what I want to tell you is develop your own grading standards, live by those, but understand when you send a coin to a grading company, you're buying an opinion. And just because their opinion differs from yours doesn't make yours or theirs wrong. But remember, the guy at CACG that just graded your coin could be the guy that's making $300,000 a year to do that. And why is he making $300K a year to grade your coin? Because he's damn good at doing it. I've sat at a table. I've talked to him. I don't know that he makes $300K. That's off the top of my head. I know he's making a very healthy salary. Very healthy. And there's a reason for that, because he's damn good at what he does. He could be out on the circuit making money, but they're paying him enough money to be in the grading room. Good or fast? No, good.
Both?
Good, yeah.
They're faster right now because they don't have the volume of submissions that the other companies have.
Yeah.
All right, Doug, great. PCGS is so much better, in your opinion, that their opinion aligns more with yours, is what you're telling me. That's fine. Yes, I think PCGS is a very good service.
I think
Robert, this is a discussion for another day, because we're down to a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
we'll talk grading again. We'll talk grading again.
We just
many
keep
times.
talking about the same thing.
But the problem is, just like belly buttons, everybody's got an opinion, B.
Belly buttons, that's a nice way to put it.
Exactly.
Some are innies, some are outies, and some are just outright ugly.
I heard the other one, Robert. You know the one I heard. Yeah.
Yes, I do. That's why I said mine first.
Belly buttons, that's cute.
Okay, guys, we're going to take and start our chime getting out of here. Dave, we're going to start with you. Go ahead. Let everyone know anything you'd like them to know about you.
Oh, thanks, Robert. Thank you for hosting this podcast. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Brad, great presentation on the Commemorative. B, I really enjoyed the Colonial presentation. Unfortunately, next week I won't be here. My wife is having some shoulder surgery, so I need to be with her. So I'll see everybody probably in 2 weeks, and have a good evening.
All the dates, 1, 2, 3, all of them?
Yeah, all 4 days, yeah.
I just want to say before, David, prayers for your wife and her surgery, because you never know. And all the best to both of you. And we're gonna do the thing next week, you guys, on the what do you call it? What you should buy if you're gonna buy coins for your other people, where you can buy them and what you should do and all that kind of good stuff. So be here next week to watch all that. I prepared something. So Take care, everybody. I love doing this. I'm having a good time. Thank you very much for all of you for coming. Bye.
I'm just wondering if David's wife's shoulder hurts from beating David so often. I'm questions to ask next week, but thanks everybody. Thanks for your great questions. Hopefully, my pontificating did not get it didn't get too far over the edge on grading, but it is what makes this world go round. Arbitraging between grading systems is how some dealers make their living, and we'll have open discussion about it more later. And thank you all for tuning in, and bless you all, and I hope you have a great holiday season if you don't get to come back and see us next week. But come back next week and find out what gifts might be wonderful for that collector in your family. Take care. Good night.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it, David. Yes, prayers for your wife. As B says, you never know. I know how it can be, but yeah, I hope it all works out for you. And I will say a little prayer for her. I don't mind doing that. And I know we all send our love, and we're always compassionate. We try to take and be a close-knit family. But take care, everybody. Thank you so much, Brad. That was a wonderful presentation on such a short notice. And sorry I messed up the one, but I think you'll forgive me on that. But however, tomorrow, guys, at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be here for a sale. And then next week, as everyone has alluded to, we're going to give you some suggestions on things that maybe we would like to get for a present during the holiday seasons. Some people, it's Merry Christmas. Others, it's holiday. I don't mind whatever or however you like to celebrate it. That's you. Have fun. Just like collecting coins. We all do it our own way. So, take care, everybody. We hope to see you next week. Share this with your friends so that they can come in, find out what maybe you want. Take care, everybody. We'll see you soon. God bless. And if you happen to be looking at coins between now and then, happy hunting all.